What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. Manchester City make their first major signing of the summer transfer window, plus we have Lionel Messi back in the headlines with lots of breaking news and lots to get through. But before I do that, do go make sure you check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Link is in the description.
This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you want to download the OneFootball app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of my description, which will take you forward to where you can download this app. The OneFootball app is extremely useful if you are a huge football fan just like me. It provides you with the latest footballing news, transfer news, and the latest videos as well. It is one source of information of where I get my transfer news from. It also allows you to see the latest scores with what's happening in the footballing world. If you just click on a game, including any Manchester City game, it will not only bring up the latest team news, but it will also bring up the latest statistics and keep you up to date with everything happening in that game. If you want to download this app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of the description to stay up to date.
Thank you very much to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. It is much appreciated. If you want to go and download the OneFootball app, then the link is in the description below. Leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this video. Aiming for 600 likes is the like goal, so any help towards that would be fantastic. Smashed it on the last video. Social media links in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries, Twitch link as well in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitch. Subscribe as well for all the latest Manchester City transfer news, rolling out daily Manchester City transfer updates for everybody to enjoy. Aiming for 20k subscribers at the time of recording this video. We are now less than 700 subscribers away from that goal, and also most important, let me know your thoughts in the comments below of what you made of these transfers, including welcoming Jack Grealish to Manchester City. So without further ado, let's crack on with this video, and we're first up going to be starting off with the out, and we've got a little update on Aro Muric. He has left Manchester City and he has joined Turkish side Adana Demirspor, just like we was expecting, on a season-long loan. So I wanted to wish the best of luck to Aro on his season-long loan in Turkey. I hope he goes and smashes it and has a great loan spell out there, and hopefully, yeah, he can start to get his career back on track. Now, moving on, we've got a little update on Liam Delap, and we're starting to get more and more teams interested in Liam Delap. We already know Stoke City's interest. We already know of Middlesbrough's interest through Neil Warnock, and the Daily Express is saying now that West Brom, they're interested in taking Liam Delap on loan for the season, and AFC Bournemouth have also had their name chucked out there as well. Lots of demand for Liam Delap. I'm wondering what direction City are going to head in with strikers when it comes to strikers at Manchester City, and if we'll bring one in, and what that might mean for Liam Delap, and whether we're going to keep him at Manchester City or not. My own personal feeling is that Liam Delap will stay here until January, and we'll assess the situation again for him to perhaps be loaned out, just to see if he is going to be needed by Manchester City or not. Now, moving on to the ins, we've got a Harry Kane update. Now, Martin Blackburn has said that Manchester City, they are chasing only Harry Kane as a striker this summer. Manchester City are prepared to be patient. They're prepared to wait right up until the end of the summer transfer window to try and get him. A saga, drama. Sounds like I'm going to be busy, and I like that. James Robson at The Standard has said that Manchester City, they're still confident that they can sign Harry Kane this summer. Sky Sports have said that Harry Kane has got limited options available to him at this moment in time, unless Manchester City will go in with a bid to Tottenham Hotspur, which will give them a helping hand to try and force through a move to Manchester City. Of course, Harry Kane has been AWOL with Tottenham Hotspur, with him going on holiday longer than what he should have been and coming back and having to quarantine when he should have been in training, which means he's not going to be able to play more than likely for the game against Manchester City in the first game of the season at Tottenham Hotspur's stadium. And so, yeah, Tottenham Hotspur not very happy about that. Harry Kane not happy that he's not been granted his wish, that he thought he had a gentleman's agreement in place for him to leave Tottenham Hotspur. And I feel like the next thing that can happen is him, when he goes back to Tottenham Hotspur, he's going to have talks with the manager and more than likely talk with the board and Daniel Levy as well. And that, to me, is when a transfer request needs to go. He needs to make it clear that he does still want want to leave. He's handed in a transfer request, and I think that would be a good time around about when that goes in that Man City also put in a bid to Tottenham Hotspur to try and force their hand if indeed Harry Kane is the man that they want. But like I said, limited options. Lukaku looking more and more likely each day that he may well be going to Chelsea. Danny Ings has already gone to Aston Villa. Erling Haaland's going to be a very expensive, very difficult deal to get done. And so it's just starting to shorten down towards Harry Kane. Although that was until that big breaking news came out about Lionel Messi, which I'll have more on in just one moment. But instead, let's go and speak about Manchester City's new signing. A British record transfer for any player that is, of course, a British player. And also a record for a Premier League team that have spent the most money on signing a player. It is £100 million as confirmed by the Aston Villa chairman in a video when it was announced by Manchester City at 8 PM BST yesterday in the United Kingdom. So what was being reported was he was going to sign a deal until June 2026, which isn't true. He signs a 6-year contract. So he's on a deal until 2027, which is whopping, but doesn't surprise me. I was reporting just the other day that Edison City trying to get him on a new deal, and that's a 7-year deal until 2028. And considering we just spent £100 million, you're going to put him on as long a contract as possible, and he's on a 6-year deal. Now, he's already had his medical at Manchester City. It's obviously all come back okay, which is fantastic news. Personal terms have been agreed as well, and I'm sure over the next 24 to 48 hours, more details will come about personal terms and the fee and how that money's going to be paid and how much Grealish is going to be paid and what he's on and things like that. Although the early indication is that Aston Villa were willing to pay Jack Grealish over £200,000 per week. I've heard £230,000 per week, and Jack Grealish is on less than that at Manchester City. He isn't, well, yeah, people say he's joined for money. Aston Villa were willing to pay him more. He's come to Manchester City because he wants Champions League football, as confirmed by Aston Villa, and he also wants to win trophies, as confirmed by Jack Grealish himself on the announcement video that Manchester City did. So there we go. Like I said, a bit manic over the last couple of days once it's been made clear that Grealish did want to leave, and he has left Aston Villa, his boyhood club that he's supported all of his life, and he's been with since a small child as well, and he does now become a Manchester City player and starts a new chapter in his career, wearing Sergio Aguero's number 10 as well. What that might mean for a striker, who knows? But yeah, I find that very interesting. It just shows how highly rated Jack Grealish is and how important he is going to be to the Manchester City team. With him taking the number 10, it's the prime number, and so Jack Grealish looking like a big bit of business that Manchester City have decided to get done. And so the saga, it's over. Grealish, he's a Blue. He plays for Manchester City. So a massive, massive warm welcome to Jack Grealish. I hope he has a fantastic time in all of the time that he is here at Manchester City. I hope he has absolutely smashes it. I hope he goes on to win trophy after trophy after trophy, tastes nothing but success, and I hope he has an absolutely cracking time here and thoroughly enjoys it, and hopefully he can flourish at the same time. That would be absolutely fantastic. And to all the people that have tuned in from Aston Villa, I've had some rather negative comments, I've had some really nasty comments, I've had some really positive comments, I've had some really friendly comments as well. Like I said, all the way through this saga, Aston Villa, I have a lot of respect for Aston Villa. I really like Aston Villa. I've visited Villa Park before, and like I said, I enjoyed my visit to Villa Park, so I sit here and I hold absolutely nothing against Aston Villa as a football club, as a place to visit. I think it's a superb place. They're heading in the right direction. They're being led by some great people, and at the end of the day, it's football business, and we've taken Jack Grealish. Manchester City will look after the Aston Villa superstar, and yeah, we're going to look after them for them, and yeah, he's going to taste success at Manchester City. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. I have said to other Aston Villa fans that I have spoken to and said that there's no ill health there. I'm not going to sit here and badmouth Aston Villa. I'm going to wish them all the very best for the upcoming season. I hope they have a great season. I know there's some Aston Villa fans that are going to stay tuned to Manchester City and stay tuned to my channel to track the progress of their superstar in Jack Grealish as well. And I'm hoping that there isn't going to be negativity surrounding this transfer. I hope there isn't going to be snake emojis and criticisms and crucifying the players, so to speak. I'm hoping that all that can be put aside, that everyone can be grown up about this, and we can not necessarily all go our separate ways, but we can all be mature enough about it to wish everyone all of the best, and certainly wishing Aston Villa all of the best from here, from a Manchester City point of view. And yeah, like I said, Jack Grealish, he's going to be a fantastic player for Manchester City, and I'll mark everybody and say that yeah, he's going to have a fantastic time here, and we will look after him. So the Jack Grealish saga, it's done. £100 million, 6-year deal. He wears the number 10 shirt. Welcome, Super Jack Grealish. Now, that isn't the final transfer that I have to speak about on this video. Lionel Messi, I have already done a live stream speaking in detail about the information that I already have on this transfer. I will just give you the latest that is at this moment in time that I have when recording this video. So Lionel Messi was expected to sign his new deal. I have not spoken about Lionel Messi because I was expecting that new contract to be signed. I know there was complications there over the finances, the fact that Messi can't be registered as a player in La Liga, nor can Aguero, nor can Memphis Depay, meant there was always going to be complications. Barcelona were meant to be getting this cash injection coming through. I'll be honest, I thought it had already gone through, and that's why Lionel Messi had come back to Barcelona. Just yesterday he'd flown back to Barcelona, and he was ready to sign his new contract. He's held talks with Laporta and all the other Barcelona chiefs, along with Messi's representatives and Messi there as well, I imagine. And yeah, that's when things have started to become very complicated. Talks have broken down. Hagrid FCB said he was waiting for more information on that. They've hit some hurdles, but he didn't think it had collapsed. But Lionel Messi's been released by Barcelona. He will not be a Barcelona player. Talks have completely collapsed. And this has all come about from La Liga and the proposals that have been put forward. Now, Marca, who aren't the most reliable of sources in Spain, have been spot on the money with what they've been reporting, it would seem, in saying, quite simply, the company that's willing to give Barcelona all this money to ensure that he can be registered, or Lionel Messi be registered as a player for Barcelona, have said that they don't want them as part of the European Super League. La Liga don't want Barcelona as part of the European Super League, is what my indication is towards this. And so they've said that they'll allow this money to come in for Lionel Messi to sign this new contract and stay at Barcelona, but Barcelona are going to have to distance themselves away from this newly formed European Super League, which Barcelona are still a part of, along with Real Madrid and also Juventus. Many English sides left after the public outcry, including me, opposing to this, quite frankly, ludicrous offer that was put on display to try and replace the Champions League. And yes, I would still like to see reforms in UEFA to ensure that the Champions League becomes as competitive as possible. The prize money is competitive as possible, that everyone's given a fair chance, and that everyone's treated equally and with dignity. I think the handling of UEFA with racism and things like that is just not very good, quite frankly. They put all this say no to racism, yet you see racist things happening and there's very little punishment for it. But yeah, that's politics. Anyway, there's a lot of politics involved in this Lionel Messi transfer as well. And the short story is that Barcelona haven't backed down from this European Super League, and they've turned down the money, which means they haven't got the money there to for Lionel Messi to sign that new contract at Barcelona and be registered as a player that can play in La Liga. So it means that he's going to leave Barcelona, and Lionel Messi now is probably going to have discussions with other clubs. Now, the early indication was, according to the Times, that Man City aren't interested. I await to see if that is true. If Man City aren't interested in signing Lionel Messi, then I imagine then all focus would go on to Harry Kane. Not something I'm opposed to, because I think Harry Kane would really help Manchester City out, and in the long term probably would be the better option for us than Lionel Messi. However, bringing someone like Lionel Messi in would be great for business. Also, depends on how long we put him on a contract if we did want to sign him, upon how long we could leave it without signing a striker, because we could go out there now. We was willing to spend, what, £100+ million on Harry Kane. We could go out there and say, look, we can put Lionel Messi on, obviously, a reasonable Lionel Messi wage. It's probably going to be the highest paid player at Manchester City, and City will be reluctant to do that, but we were willing to do it last summer for Lionel Messi, so there's nothing suggesting that we might not be willing to do that again this summer. But it remains if it would be a 12-month deal, a 2-year deal. I mean, Barcelona were willing to give him a 5-year deal, but Lionel Messi's made no secret that in a season or two he wants to go to the United States of America, and what Manchester City can offer is a CFG contract, something similar to like we did with Frank Lampard. 12 months at Manchester City, then go and do 3 seasons at New York City Football Club, and away into America for Lionel Messi. That's something that could be put forward. Not saying it will be put forward. It all depends on what direction we want to go in. What I will say is City won't be the only team that will be interested in signing Lionel Messi. I mean, realistically, it's City or PSG. PSG could afford him. He's got friends at PSG, Lionel Messi, so it won't be opposed to moving to Paris. But City have also got Lionel Messi, some of his friends at the club already, of course, in terms of the chiefs that we've got in charge at the club, and also Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola's got a big pulling factor here, and it all depends, I would say, on if Pep Guardiola wants Messi or not, because if Pep Guardiola makes one phone call to Lionel Messi and his representatives and say, look, Leo, I want you at Manchester City, I want us to have that one last dance, and if that is communicated by Pep to Lionel Messi will sit down and will listen. That's the respect he has for Pep Guardiola, and the lure of Pep Guardiola, never ever underestimate it. So it is a transfer that could happen. It's all about if City want it to happen. If we do want it to happen, then there is a chance that we could well make it happen. And I find it astounding that I'm sitting here on the day that Manchester City have announced a £100 million signing of Jack Grealish, and yet people are talking about Lionel Messi as well. That's how big this transfer is. That's how big the pull is here. And yeah, it's just, quite frankly, chucked everything off again, like last summer with Lionel Messi potentially joining Manchester City. Here we go again, 2.0, it's 2021. I'll keep you guys up to date every single day with the latest Manchester City transfer news. So you want to stay up to date, not just with Jack Grealish signing, Harry Kane being chased, Lionel Messi being linked at a free agent now and could well sign for Manchester City. You want to stay up to date, first and fast. You want to stay in the loop with the latest Manchester City transfer news. Subscribe, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. At the time of recording this video, now less than 700 subscribers away from 20k subscribers. Can we hit that soon? That would be absolutely fantastic. Also, don't forget, social media links in the description below, sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries. Leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this video. 600 likes is what I'm aiming for. Twitch link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitch. And also, don't forget to go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Link is in the description if you want to go and download the OneFootball app. That would be much appreciated. Help to support the future content created here on my channel, and it also keeps you up to date with the latest football news, transfer news with Manchester City, and also the latest football scores, statistics, and all that good stuff. Best football app out there, in my opinion. So do go and download the OneFootball app through the link at the top of my description. And don't forget, leave your thoughts as well, what you made of these transfers in the comments below. Welcome Jack Grealish to Manchester City. Lionel Messi, what are your thoughts? Messi or Kane? Let me know in the comments below. Aro Muric as well, wish him all the best as well on his loan to Adana Demirspor. And I'll see you all again tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer video. It's not enough that I'm working full time and also having to put out a video a day. Not even 2 videos a day. Yesterday we did 3. Whoa, I am exhausted. Anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed the video and I'll see you all again soon. I've been JSGC. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day. Peace. Ciao for now.